Blog Talk Radio.
This is Sylvia Blalock, and you are listening to EPiphany Radio, the For Real Entertainment Network. The next phase in online radio. EPiphany Radio. EPiphany Radio. The For Real Entertainment Network. The next phase in online radio. The For Real Entertainment Network. The next phase in online radio.
You thought you knew, but you didn't know. That's okay. We're about to tell you all about it. Hello, and welcome to Poetry in the Raw. I am your host, Sylvia Blalock, EPiphany Radio welcomes you to what is going to be one heck of a show. I opened up tonight's show with one of our two features. Excuse me, Miss Bonita-Applebomb. We've been chit-chatting all day, and I met her at Poetryfest. I have in my purple-nailed hand her EP, Bonita from Decatur. And I'm telling you, if you like the song you just heard, you want to support this sister and come on and get yourself a copy of this EP. Our other feature, I'm very proud to announce, is none other than Anthony Arnold. Before we bring out Mr. Anthony Arnold, why don't I tell you a little bit about him?
Anthony Arnold, born in Tampa, Florida, and raised by his grandmother in a little town called Quincy in the Florida Panhandle, wrote his first piece in the 3rd grade. He fell in love with writing ever since that moment. Writing has become a comfort and a mainstay to keep him focused. As an avid reader of all genres of literature, Anthony has found a particular passion for Black history. He believes that his ancestry and the ones that have come before him have given their blood, sweat, and tears to make it possible for him to live a life of freedom and liberation. Anthony Arnold served and was awarded numerous medals, including the Air Force Achievement Medal 1986, 1993, and 2001, and many more. His desire is to show the younger generation where they come from and to let them know we are much more than what society has labeled us. Winner of the 2015 National Poetry Awards Freedom Poet of the Year and the 2018 BHM Poet, EPiphany Radio, and Poetry in the Raw, salute and welcome poet Anthony Arnold.
Hey, poet.
Hello. I had to sit back and listen.
Welcome.
I said, you talking about me? Thank you, dude. So that can't be me she's talking about.
It's really my pleasure. Oh, my goodness. You humble poet types. My goodness. I tell you, did you have enough room on the front of that uniform? You won a lot of awards. I saw you in your dress blues. We're going to have to post a picture, you know. Look at all these bars and ribbons. Oh, my goodness. Would you say that did you write a lot of poetry while you served in the Air Force?
Actually, when I started writing, I had gotten out. I wrote a bunch of short stories and stuff of that nature, mostly when we were deployed. But as far as poetry, not really.
I tell you what, I'm going to shut up. And why don't you, bless the mic with that first piece?
Okay. This was a piece that I wrote way back in 2011. Piece called You Don't Know Me. You don't know me, but your mind is made up. As you look me up and down, frown at my manner of dress. Am I not a picture of splendor in my droopy jeans and white beater, knowing that I have more suits and ties than you've ever seen? You don't know me, but I see your arm tighten around that purse as you cross over to the other side of the street, wondering if I might follow you. I have a job and it pays well. Money is not an object. Neither do I sell drugs nor do I use. But since I'm hanging with the peeps, first impressions, huh? You don't know me. You frown as we talk because you don't understand. Street talk, slang, and ebonics. It's how we get down. I'm college educated, military trained. Read and write in languages you will never know. Build from scratch, fix complex machines. But I'm on the corner, I'm ignorant, you say. You don't know me. You only know what you think you see. Prejudice and stereotypes cloud your thinking, shape your mind. You can't judge a book by its cover. What you think you see might not always be. You don't know me. In peace.
I cannot tell you how much I just love your man about the street delivery of "you don't know me." It even sounds like it's not the first time you've had to say it. You know what I mean? It's really in the way that you said that. I have to ask, do you consider yourself a poet or an artist who uses poetry among other mediums to express themselves?
It's really hard to say because really up until I would say 2015, that was when I really actually started to think of myself as a poet, because all the reading I did, all the different individuals of poetry that I read, I was like, there is no way I am even in the neighborhood with these folks. Alan Simmons and Wingman Gerald Green, God rest their souls, were the ones that basically get me to pull my head out and say, do you? So I did.
What were some of the places that you first started? It sounds like when you first started. Well, let me back up. You didn't really consider yourself a poet until just a few years ago, but you've been writing since you were 3. So what were you writing until you began to write poetry?
Well, let's go back a little bit. 3rd grade, we had a classmate that perished. He drowned, and the teacher asked if anybody wanted to try and write anything for him, and I said, I'll give it a shot. So I did, and I wasn't really very happy with it, so I didn't write anything again for a long time. Fast forward, we'll come to high school. Graduation time coming up. Huh?
No, go ahead.
Graduation time's coming up, and it just so happens that my English teacher was our senior class advisor, and she knew that I could concoct stories or stuff, and so they came up with this contest. Whoever could write a poem using our graduation theme, "We Shall Never Pass This Way Again," gets to have it read during the graduation. And she came over to me and said, "You know you're going to write something, right?" I'm like, "No, I hadn't planned on it." She said, "Yeah, you are." I was like, "No, I'm not." She said, "Either you're going to write something for it or you're going to summer school."
See?
And I just kept,
come on now. Extortion is a teaching tool, really?
Hey, that was what she said. And I was like, okay, give me about 10 minutes. And 10 minutes on the dot, I gave her a piece. She said, "Are you serious?" I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah.
And I ended up winning. And so I had to stand in front of everybody during graduation while our senior class president got to read the thing in front of everybody. And all I wanted to do was go somewhere and sit down.
So at that time, you weren't comfortable reading your writing?
At that point in time, I didn't even want to write. It was something to do to keep my mind occupied. Excuse me. And to this day, I'll still jot stuff off, and it may be some of the weirdest stuff you'll ever read, but I'll whip something off just to keep my mind occupied.
Well, I'd say that the extortion as a teaching tool worked to a degree. It definitely worked to a degree, though. I don't know. You're going to go to summer school if you don't do this. Wow. That's that's kind of strong-arming things. I have to say that I have your book in my house hand right now. They did arrive, and thank you. Yes. My People, Our Trials and Tribulations, Random Thoughts, Reflections from the Mind of a Poet, and Urban Musings, Come Take a Walk in My Hood, 3 books written by Anthony Arnold. And I have to tell you, I'm really digging these covers. As a graphic designer, I'm going, ooh, I like. When did you know that you were ready to publish?
Actually, I got strong arms into the first one.
You know, I'm seeing a trend.
Yeah. I really had no intentions of publishing a book. Like I said, I didn't think I was that good. And I mean, you read the things that people say on your pieces and stuff, and it's like, yeah, they're just being nice. So, a bunch of people, I forget Rosemarie's last name, but her and
Wilson.
No.
Are we talking about
different
one single
Rosemary?
rose? Okay. Then I'm shouting out my girlfriend. Sorry.
Your other half had something to do with this too.
Moi? My baby? Shout out to Verbal Mind Dancer.
He was in that group talking about it, and so I was introduced to Katrina Girl and Nita B at the time, who ran Steamy Trails Publishing, and I submitted what?
Go ahead.
I submitted what turned out to be My People, Our Trials and Tribulations, and it was funny. They had been around for a little bit, but I was their first published author on the label. So after that one came out, and it did relatively okay. Urban Musings was me. I said, okay, let's try this again and see what happens. Random Thoughts was an idea from actually my publisher. She said, you got a lot of stuff why don't you put something out that kind of covers you from where you started up to when the book was published? So Random Thoughts is an anthology of everything I've ever written, kind of. But it's from the time I started writing all the way up to 2014, which was when the book was published. It has love poems in it. It has erotica in it. It has Black history poems in it. It has a little bit of everything. I even tried my hand at a little bit of haiku in there. But that one I'm the most proud of because it shows the growth from me as a person that had no clue as to what he was doing, and sometimes still don't. But yeah, I'm that one and My People, because that was a leap of faith. Because
so the one that you said you were the most proud of was Random
the most
Thoughts?
proud of was because it shows where I started coming forward up to the time when the book was published. And once you go through it, you'll be able to see the subtle changes in the way I write and stuff of that nature. I won't say it's like birthing a baby, but it is. But because, and you're published I was proud of My People because it was the first thing that was published under my name. That was the one that made my mom the most proud. She never did get a chance to see Random Thoughts because she passed before it came out. But she was very proud of that book, and she would tell anybody who asked, because she had it displayed in a place of honor. She would tell anybody. She'd tell anybody who asked, "That's my son's book."
Okay, so you know I'm going to do it. You know I'm going to do it. Okay. This book is dedicated to the memory of my muse, Marilyn Martin. On May 4th, 1961, a 19-year-old music major had a son. With the help of my grandmother and great-grandmother, she taught him to get along in a world that was not his making. She taught him to apply his visions and the voices that he learned to hear in his head. There was no one more proud when my first books, My People, Our Trials and Tribulations, and Urban Musings were released. She was looking forward to the release of this book. So this book is dedicated to her, my muse, my mom. I miss you dearly, Marilyn Martin, 1942 to 2014. Your son, author, Anthony Arnold. That is a beautiful dedication, by the way. And I have been updated that the name you're looking for is Rosemary Howard.
Yes. Yes.
So I just wanted to throw that in there. Well, what I'd like to do, if it's okay with you, is read one of the pieces from your book, Random Thoughts.
Go for it.
I love you. 3 simple words that are never said enough. 3 words that can brighten their day. Let them know that you will be there for them, come rain or shine. You will be their backbone, their strength. These are not the end all to be all. You know what will work for you and yours. Love and treasure your mate. You may never get this chance again. In peace. And that is page 60 of Random Thoughts, Reflections from the Mind of a Poet. I will be sharing the link where you can get your copy of 1 or all three of his books. And our featured guest, Anthony Arnold, if you would be so kind, please hit us with another piece.
Okay, let's see what I have in the old Wayback Machine. Actually, this is a piece. This is a more recent piece. Piece called "I Am." I am a prince, a king, descended from royalty from the lands of Mesopotamia and Egypt. I have been a slave, stolen from my homeland, lived and died upon the great ships of the sea, chained head to toe, stacked upon one another, thrown overboard like so much garbage. I have been a warrior, a freedom fighter, one who fought for us, one who died for us. I have been a symbol. The Panthers, the NAACP. One faded into history, the other no longer relevant. I am a leader, yet those have faded into history. Is there not a voice of reason? Is there not someone who is a voice of reason? I am confused. We have become divided. We are a fractured people. We have turned upon ourselves. We are not what we were. We are not royalty anymore. We are lost and in danger of not being found. In peace.
When did you write that?
A couple of weeks ago. I think it was either your show or Saynat's show. I was listening to some of the guys recite, and I wrote that during the show. I recited something else, and I had already recited. And as I was sitting and listening, that was what came out of it. So I'll write to anything if it piques my interest. It doesn't matter what it is. I love my publisher used to give me prompts just to see what I'd come up with, and usually I can come up with something halfway decent in about anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes. And I could tell by her the way she spoke, she's like literally sitting there shaking her head like, what in deep daylight are you doing? So it was interesting.
I can only imagine. How does spirituality affect your writing? Can you tell me a little bit about your spirituality?
Well, for one, I'm a deacon in one of the local churches around here. I've always been involved in the church from the time I was knee-high to a duck until I grew up. And I've written I've written pieces that if you read them, you would think they were prayers, and I guess in a way they are. It's what comes out, I guess you could call it. You write what you feel in your heart, and sometimes that's what comes out. It took me years before I ever wrote a Easter poem, because I didn't think I had the I don't even know how to say it, but I didn't feel comfortable enough to write one.
Oh, you didn't feel that you were, I won't say the word qualified, but I have felt as though I am not worthy to write on certain topics. Someone with more experience, with a better relationship with God maybe, would be a better person, and have had myself corrected by my grandmother. Is it something like that, where there are topics that maybe you're not comfortable addressing yourself, though you believe them?
Anybody who knows me, especially in the poetry community, will tell you that I will usually write about anything. But it was just, I don't know. I don't know if it was just me or what it was, but I just didn't feel comfortable doing it. I'm going to ask a favor of you, if you don't mind. I'm going to deviate from the script a little bit. Remember, I said some of the pieces that I write that are more spiritual sound like prayers. Well, I found I was going through my computer because I have the old Wayback Machine booted up, and I found the very first one that I wrote. So, if you don't mind,
I tell you what, get that queued up. I'm going to remind our callers and listeners, hello, welcome to EPiphany Radio presents Poetry in the Raw. I am your host, Sylvia Blalock, and we are on with the first of our two features, author Anthony Arnold, who is about to read one of his earlier spiritual pieces. If you're ready, poet, the mic is yours.
The piece is called A Charge. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify. I will speak your name from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low. Your love flows through me and takes me where I must go. A never-dying soul to save and fitted for the sky. I raise my eyes to you to gaze upon your beloved face. I know one day I will be with you. To this I give my praise. To serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. I walk through the valley of the shadow, and yet I have no fear. I know that you walk with me, and with this I shed no tears. Oh, may all my powers engage to do my master's will. I shout your name so everyone will know I have been bathed in your light, and to this my soul will glow. When my time here is done, this earth no more to roam, I will sit upon your right hand and know that I come home in peace.
That really was a beautiful piece. It really was a beautiful piece. What is your inner purpose? What is your divine purpose?
Good question. I've always said I always wrote to inform.
Okay.
I grew up in the 60s, back when the Klan was still a lot stronger than they are now. We all know that they don't teach what they should teach when it comes to Black history in the schools. As I got more comfortable writing, I would literally hear voices in my head. We've been forgotten. The current generation doesn't know. And I've always been a fan of Black history. From growing up in the South, going to school, I had an excellent Black history teacher. He was from Ghana. And we both
You said
had
Ghana?
Yes.
Okay.
And he selected me to a class of his where you would read a book one week and you'd come back and would discuss the book with him. And needless to say, we had some spirited discussions because I was looking at it from an American point of view and he was looking at it from an African point of view. So I guess you can say that's where I learned to agree to disagree.
I would like to read from your Urban Musings book.
Go for it.
In the project.
That book's scary sometimes. Uh-oh.
You know, I keep flipping through it, and I tell you, I picked like 4 and keep going back to that one. And then I'm flipping back to Our Children. Man, I had the nerve to call my book Uprising. I mean, really. I'm reading it and going through it and going, okay, I feel like picking my hair out and just walking around my fist up all day long. All day long. But we're going to do this one because, I mean, there are truly gems through this whole book. And did I mention I like this cover? Wow. Just so much to unpack, right? I see your dog tags in the bullet holes, but I'm not so sure this is a military vehicle. Wow. Anyway, in the projects. Ready?
Go for it.
They call it public housing. We call it the projects, where most of us grew up, where we all learned what we know. Pimps, pushers, prostitutes, 5 people in a 3-bedroom, food stamps and Cadillacs, murder and mayhem. The lady that sold candy and cookies, the girl with 6 kids and 5 baby daddies, the sissy on the block, police there every day and night. The family trying to make it out, some who didn't care if they did or not, where grandma lived, smells of cookies, cake, and reefer. Old cars that never move, Broken screen doors, people yelling and fighting, babies screaming, guns shooting, mothers crying, sirens blaring, helicopters flying, kids running, old men fussing, dice playing, bones slamming. Get out, go away, come back someday. No matter where we roam, this, the project, this is home. On behalf of those who, like me, lived in the 1640 Turk Street projects, or Geneva Towers, or Pink Palace, or the Mini Projects, Visitation Valley, I see you. This piece in the book Urban Musings, Come Take a Walk in My Hood, honey, you might want a copy of this. So, tell me something, Anthony Arnold.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned in your book that your mom was your muse.
Mm-hmm.
Who is your muse now?
To be truthfully honest, I don't know if I have one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair.
My inspiration comes from the things I see around me.
Okay.
The reason I called her my muse is because the times that I had writer's block or something didn't sound right, I could bounce it off of her. And sometimes she'd give me a different way to look at something.
Okay.
And a lot, and it's funny that you picked that particular piece out of Urban Musings to read. You know why? I didn't grow up in the project. I didn't grow up in the project. Nope. That, my dear, was my imagination.
Really? You did
All
miss
of
the
that
house
came
party
from
with
out
black
of my head.
lights.
Well, now we had those in the houses. For those of us that grew up in the houses, and for those that had basements, you go down in the basement, you turn on your black light, and you go for what you know. But
there you go.
Yeah, I had friends and I had family that lived in the projects, and when I got ready to write that piece, I pulled on everything I had ever seen that went on in the projects, but I never spent one day, or I should say night, in the projects. All of that came from my head.
Were they your nightmares of what the projects were like? Were they you retelling stories that were told to you?
Nope. That was everyday life. That when I went to go visit, that was what I saw.
Okay. Okay. Well, I am thinking I would love for you to grace us with another piece.
Okay. I'll go back. I wrote this piece, I want to say in 2016. This piece called Thoughts of Life. A man, he wonders if it was worth it, cheating with a pretty young thing, not knowing she carried death. Now his life slowly drains away. A woman. She was a beauty queen once. Turned heads everywhere she went. Now the only thing she turns are tricks. Drugs are a bitch. A girl, 17, footloose and fancy free. Could have been a model, they say. But she met the wrong man, a predator. Now she's just a face on a milk carton. Oh boy. He had everything. A silver spoon, if you will. Now he sits in a 10 by 12 waiting for his day. Maybe he shouldn't have went into that alley. Maybe he shouldn't have touched that girl. Maybe he should have just went home. That's that piece.
Ooh. That is powerful. So tell me, as we wrap up the first hour of our show, are there any organizations or events or things we can follow with you that you would like to share with our listening audience before I let people in for questions?
The only thing I have going, August 4th, if you're here in California and you're close to the city of Paris, a good friend of mine, Ginger Galloway, is putting together a festival saluting Black authors. Yours truly will be there, and from what I've seen, a list of some pretty good folks. So if you're in the area,
links, definitely share the link for that.
I actually have the flyer, so I will put that in the event room.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What I'm going to do is we are going to take a quick music break while I check in on our callers, and then we're going to start taking calls. Our call-in number is 319-527-6300. Press 1 if you'd like to get on the queue, get on the air, get on the mic, talk to our feature, Anthony Arnold. Anthony, while I am doing that, if you could please post the link that you want people to use to buy your book. I was unable to repost the one that I have, but I would like people to be able to purchase one or two or all of your books. So, everyone, as you can imagine, I am excited for you to ask some questions of our featured guest, Anthony Arnold, and we are going to take a quick music break. I am celebrating another artist who will be featured on our show later in the summer, Larry Edwards, and his song, Captivating. You are listening to EPiphany Radio, Poetry in the Raw.
By on the corner, contemplating my big game 'cause I want her. So to break the mold of being shy, I said, hello sister, you caught my eye. She was amazingly, oh so cool, so inviting, she made me feel brand new. Moments into a conversation, her mind was on so much elevation. She got brains, she got beauty, she really got it going on. So sexy and intelligent. got me curious and hanging. I'm so really digging her style. Excellence written all over her profile. She's not complicated, not typical, not hard to impress, not superficial, not status quo. She's marvelous. She got beauty. She really got it going on. So sexy and intelligent. Perfect combo, can't go wrong. She's so captivating. She's so captivating. Can't keep waiting for a girl like her. I can't keep waiting. No, no. She's so amazing. Yeah. I wanna be a Casanova when you're older, like a holy clover. She's so captivating. She's so amazing. Can't keep waiting for a girl. She's so captivating. She's so
Welcome back. That was Captivating by Laree Edwards. You know, I love that song. I will probably close my show with it, too. We are going to make that one of the songs of this summer. My featured guest is Anthony Arnold, author, served our country with such class. Thank you so much. We're going to start bringing in the callers. Our call-in number is 319-527-6300. Please press 1 to get on the mic. Our first caller up is none other than Joe, the Verbal Mind Dancer.
Good evening, Sylvia. Good evening, Brother Anthony Arnold. Congratulations on your much-deserved and long-awaited-for feature.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yes, indeed. I do have one question, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being a published author and being published and all that sort of thing, and you know, what do you see yourself in like 5 years from now? And do you look for poetry as a a means of income, or you just like the passion of it?
For me, poetry is a release. It's like I was telling Sylvia earlier, and you've read my stuff over the years, so you know where I tend to go when I start writing. But for those who have not, like I said earlier, I use poetry to inform, because just to use as an example, I wrote a piece about a young man that literally had fallen through the cracks. Young man named George Stennett Jr. He was and still is the youngest person, black or white, to be put in the electric chair. Wow. He was 14 years old. I came upon him as I was doing research for a piece on Emmett Till. Either North or South Carolina, I can't remember right now. But his story and Emmett are almost mirror images. They were both killed because, in Emmett's case, supposedly he whistled at a white woman. In George's case, they say he whistled. And here, a few years ago, he was finally pardoned after 70 years. The guy that ended up doing the killing of the girl because there were two, was a well-to-do individual in the community. He also sat on the jury that convicted George Stinnett. If I remember correctly, it was like 30 minutes. They ran his family out of town. They told them if they did not leave, they would be lynched. So you basically have a 14-year-old kid facing a jury of white men being convicted for something he didn't do. If you Google his name, there is a picture of him walking into the death chamber with a Bible. The reason he was carrying the Bible was to sit on, because he was too small for everything to fit while he sat in the electric chair. So that's why I like.
I'm actually familiar with that story. It's very haunting. Very haunting. You're quite the historian. You really are. And I do thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your question, Joe. Did you have a piece?
Yeah, I want to read a little piece for y'all.
Okay.
This is called 3 Shades of Jade.
The mic is yours.
The music is the blues, tinted in the various hues of soulful singers. Guitar strings and vocal pings, plastic picks and hardened fingernails run the scale up and down frets of regret. The pain of the skin therein, southern comfort and heroin, raspy voices show the courses life has taken them. Hard living, unforgiving tolls taken, back-breaking work in the heat of the Delta, the sweltering heat, Mississippi, Texas, so restless was the time, so convoluted the mindset. The mentally had to be mind-swept. Music had borders. In order for a brother like Jimi Hendrix to be heard, he had to step lightly or be considered absurd. Music was color-bound, class with clear division. Somehow, to like more than one style, we were viewed as not having that provision. John Lee Hooker, with his prolific licks, struck a chord with more than his strings. All of a sudden, the blues became a European thing. Rock bands invaded us with our own music. Twisted in ways the airways says that's how we'll use this. Influence or downright stealing, either way, they found it very appealing. The skies opened up and we took flight. Jimmy saw the light. His blaring strings meant something over there. Over here, he just disappeared. Still not clear how a brother can be negated at home when the majority over there placed him on a throne. As with many others, this was the sound, that bluesy sound. Then Janis Joplin came around, singing her own pain, gaining her own fame, sounding like a sister, blistering mics, changing the heights of where vocals could reach. She preached on stage her rage, her sorrow, pain of tomorrows. Many followed as she followed many. John Lee Hooker, Janis Joplin, and Jimi Hendrix, 3 shades of J's, all shared a stage, and the way they conveyed was very different. John Lee with his soulful riffs, Janis Joplin with her vocal bliss, and Jimi Hendrix, the Stratocaster master. Copied to this day, though some may be faster. But let me ask you, have you read them? You know, read their lyrics. Often blinded by the music, it's very hard to hear it. Amplifiers and screaming often smear it. Axes bold as love, ball and chain. I'll never get out of the blues alive. The 3 J's survive in their music. It's played every day, be it influential or rare vinyl, or by tribute lookalikes. My thoughts are final. 3 of the best in their day. Let the music play. In peace.
I love that piece. What did you think, Anthony?
That was on the one. I absolutely loved it. It was on the one.
Well, I appreciate that, my brother. Appreciate that, old brother. I'm going to slide on out in the cut. And, man, once again,
thank you.
Congratulations on that feature. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I am loving this feature.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Enjoy the rest of the show, babe.
Most definitely. Love you, babe. Peace.
Love you too. Everyone, Joe the Verbal Mind Dancer. We're going to go to our next caller who needs no introduction but damn well deserves one. Mama Oladeji, welcome to Poetry in the Raw.
Yes, thank you. Oh, man. This is such a professional job that you do every weekend. You always bring it up a notch, you know. Anthony, I am so proud of you. You know how you have me crying all the time because I'll be crying for you. Because Anthony takes all these burdens on himself. It's like he's just looking for answers and he's putting everything into his poetry. And something I just said, back when you first started, I said, Anthony, don't take everything to heart. You can't solve all the problems. I used to tell you that all the time. And then I think you started kind of changing up, lightening up a little bit. You get the point across, but it seems like you kind of like not take it so hard. And that's what you got to lighten up and just, be strong and have some fun with the poetry. And I found a poem. And look on your page, Anthony, for you and the King of Poetry, Alan and Johnny, the Elite. I don't hear from him that much. He's a good friend of mine. So I'm going to do his part. And you're going to do your other friend's part, Alan. You're going to do Alan's part. I'll do John and Wingman's part. And then you go back to finish it off. So let's go. This is a collab by his friend. And it's the other side of Anthony.
Are you ready for this, Anthony?
I gotta find out what you.
Okay. So the first part is the poem on his page.
Yeah, I sent it to his page.
I'm looking.
It said the Kings of Poetry. You want me to send it again?
Wait a minute. Hold on just a second.
I'll send it to your to your chat. Because I do want to hear you do this.
Hold on. I just got it.
You got it? Okay.
I'm going to post it to the event page. Hold on, Anthony.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, pretty handy. I'm magical. How else? I don't know how else to put it. I am magical.
I have it now.
Okay.
Yep, I got it now.
Anthony Arnold, this is 2012. This is the other side of Anthony. He's a great person. John the Elite, he has some great friends. That's one of my friends. I really love him. He lost his son not long ago. He kind of got silent. Back, he kind of got quiet a lot, but he was a great poet. I would like to hear from him again. So we're going to honor the poets from 2012, featuring the Kings of Collab. Anthony.
So you want me to read mine and Alan's?
Yours and Alan's, and I'll do John and Gerald.
Okay. All right, we can do this.
Okay.
Okay. If everybody ready, here we go.
Yeah. All right.
Let me introduce you for the elite, the kings of poetry for you to greet. Flows tight, words beyond compare. Taking no prisoners, suckers beware. First on the mic is the King Reaper. Words a killer, make you look deeper. Come on, Brother Allen, and spit your verse. Beyond compare, words of the universe. I'm the king of poetry, duke of dialect, lords of lyrics. If they put me on the airways, millions would hear it. I smash words like miniature toys. My pen has it on mine, and it destroys. A simple phrase is shredded into bits. My mic sounds nice with my vocal pitch. Hardcore supreme, ain't that a bitch? And when you can't handle the rough shit, that's when I switch. Like a big bourbon full of bells and whistles, I get spiritually lifted when I blow on gristle. Pros get injured, sonnets do work. Abusive verbs I purposely hurt. I can throw words like 100 frisbees, keep ignorant people seasick and dizzy. I'm underrated in various circles, piss me off, and I can seriously hurt you. Not with the physical agenda, but don't get it confused. Face King Reaper in a battle, it makes headline news. Being any style, it won't matter. Do what you choose. Like Drago to Apollo Creed's ass, you will lose. I told you these guys ain't no joke. You try to keep up, the ass is broke. Next, your brother's so complete, you gotta know it. He is John, the elite poet.
John the Elite said, King of poetry, blessed by that musical muse. Yeah, I got skills, baby. I paid my dues. Flow like a symphony. Give you an epiphany. Sure enough, got that magic in me. God-given gift, I use it well. Sounding sweet like I'm Harold Melvin of the Blue Note. But check it. I can also be a cutthroat. Don't act like you don't know. Sometimes I can be sadistic, twisted, mix your ass like Bisquick. I flow funky like Slick Rick. I handle my biz. I got that ink magic. I'm the real fucking whiz. You can never follow like me, Jack. Shit, that's just the way it is, Anthony.
Yes, my brother, spit those words and spit them well. Y'all don't understand, so why should we tell? This next brother up is the best I've ever seen. We call it Aftermath. Wingman Gerald Green.
Wingman Gerald Green said he's the king of poetry, the prince of poetry. I bring with me the experience of my knowledge tree. Don't F with me unless the best is what you choose to see, making you delirious when I'm not even serious. I flow so happily. But don't get it twisted or your eyes will get misted. With your cap peeled and lifted, if I ink Scarface fluidly or mess up and get up in my wrath path and feel the aftermath, invite you to your own bloodbath. Stare at me, Mr. IDGAF. Got you lyrically stuffed in poetic muck. My lines of rhymes are lyrically dimes that jingle in the pen pockets of mine. Insomnia keeps me from sleeping, so I spend time watching my fellow poets reaping. As the brain matter you keeping start seeping. As I pull my pen and start noun and verb sweeping, leaving you and your kin weeping. Why complain as my ink splatters your brain in the textual rain of my ink refrain? Anthony?
There's one more of us to be heard from, and if you're lucky, I'll throw you a crumb. There are 4 kings of poetry, you see, and in case you wonder, the last is me. I am a king of poetry. I spit fire, flash, lightning, and boom thunder. With my words, I'll make you wonder. Put your head in the sand, make you crawl under. Political, lyrical, empirical, romantic, fanatic. The words that I speak, the lines that you seek. I can raise you up and give you the crown. Sex you up, bring your passion down. I am a king, and make no mistake. Cross me, we will have a wake. I bring back those from the past, teach the children the lessons much last, show them who they are from where they have arrived. They are the future, for them I strive. We are the best around, the best you'll see. Do our things, the top of the elite. 4 poets, kings beyond compare. We are the kings of poetry. All others, beware. And that's that piece.
And that's that collab and those kings of poetry from 2012. And that was a badass jam. I loved it. Thank you for letting me be a part of that for a moment. And I know my brothers don't mind. Booyah!
Thank you, Mama.
That was dope. Thank you so much. As usual, Mama Ola Day, she comes in with the perfect timing, because what a perfect way to celebrate and salute you for this first hour of the show. I would like to tell you again, please post the information so that we can keep in touch with you and purchase your books. I'm going to be reading these three, and I thank you. Is there any final words you'd like to say? And before you do, Mama Ladeji, thank you again. Your timing,
you're welcome.
as always.
So glad that you chose Anthony to feature. He's just a wonderful person. I really love him, and I'm just glad to see that somebody else loves him as much as I do. And thank you, Sylvia. You always got the best choices. Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you, Mama. Love you right back.
Thank you, Mama.
Okay, Anthony Arnold. Now you just have been loved all over. Any final thoughts, sir?
The only thing I'll say is we are the voice of the voiceless. We as poets speak for those who can't. Sylvia, if you don't mind, I'm going to close us out with basically what I just said. The voice of the voiceless. One voice in a sea of static. A conduit for those gone before. A helpline for those in need. This is the blessing and sometimes the curse of a poet. Our muses alert the third eye. Sometimes we see joy and love, but for some, we see the injustice, the pain of a mother having to bury a child or a spouse. The pleadings of our ancestors sharing their wisdom, hoping that one day we will finally realize we are all that we have. We as poets continue to add our voices, even though sometimes it feels like we are sometimes ignored. Put down by our own kind, our own community. We soldier on, continuing our charge to be the voice of the voiceless. Queen, thank you very much for this. It was greatly appreciated. Yes, thank you.
It has absolutely been my honor to have you on the show. I would like to thank you for the countless inbox poems coming and supporting my show, the posts I've seen from you over the years since I've started, and from what I understand, going way back in the online poetry community, for your years of service in the Air Force. 23 years?
Yep.
Thank you for serving on our behalf. And I would like to say you are officially jumped in with a tattoo to Poetry in the Raw. I expect to see you around these parts. Please enjoy the rest of the show. I may come back to you. If people start having questions as I go through, I'm going to have to come back. Okay. Everybody,
I'll be here.
Thank you, and help me celebrate Anthony Arnold. That brother did the thing. We are going to segue into the next half, which is a little bit from this lady here.
Is a singer, songwriter, and performer from Decatur, Georgia. She began her career as a songwriter for upcoming artists in Atlanta, but quickly realized her love of the stage. She characterizes her musical style as hood soul. Her vocal stylings were greatly influenced by Billie Holiday, Nina Simone, Amy Winehouse, and Erykah Badu. However, the content of her music embodies the grittiness of inner city life, much like Curtis Mayfield, Marvin Gaye, A Tribe Called Quest, and Outkast. Bonita recently released an EP entitled Bonita from Decatur, available on SoundCloud and available for purchase through a link found in our event page. Bonita is working on her LP, which is set to be released sometime in 2018. You can follow her on Instagram or Facebook or Snapchat, and of course, SoundCloud. EPiphany Radio and Poetry in the Raw welcome Bonita Applebomb.
Ooh, I bet y'all thought y'all knew. I bet you thought you knew. Well, EPiphany Radio and Poetry in the Raw would like to introduce you to Bonita Applebomb, sister.
Hello.
Hello, right back.
Okay, I just want to make sure you could hear me. Hi, everybody.
Everyone is bumping right now. I am telling you that this album has had my poor neighbor's nerves all kind of bad today. That's okay. City living, when the apartments are this close, it was like, yeah, no, you and the bass line is just overworking everyone. But I love it. I love it. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
For everyone,
and I just want to ask.
Why'd you leave with the raunchiest track on the album?
I did not. As a matter of fact, the first track I played was Southern Country Girl when the show first started. And I was going to play it again, but, I'm not trying to play it to death because I wish I was a Southern Country Girl, because I do. I cannot help I was born in San Francisco. I want to be from Decatur. Man, I'm playing it right now.
What?
Now, since you said it, there you go. Everyone, Bonita, everyone. Y'all gonna hear my favorite song right now.
Baby, be out here trying to eat it, rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. Baby, be out here trying to eat it, rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. I like the fish, grits, hot sauce, baby, how you want it? Big rims on that old school gun. Hollering at me, boy, you ain't said nothing. Boys like you come a dime a dozen. Bonita from Decatur, baby, I ain't got a front. Good and educated, boy, I'm everything you want. Just another red bone around the way. All you need to know is Southern girls don't play. Then we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. Say we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. You see them West Side girls, they be known for snapping. Braided hair, babysitting, still be trapping. Better watch out when you on the South Side, cause they bout that life and you know they gon' ride. The East Side is where all the pretty girls stay. Go to school, go to work, get high every day. The North Side girls just a little more quiet, but still from the A, so please don't try it. We be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. Say we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. I said, oh, I'm just trying to tell you where I'm from. And I promise if you ever come, you won't ever wanna go home. Oh, I'm just trying to tell you where I'm from. And I promise if you ever come, you won't ever wanna go home. Then we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. Say we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls.
Game over.
I told them they wasn't ready. I did. I told them up front. Got me bouncing in my office chair. Oh my goodness, funny. That song is everything. From the time I heard you sing it live, I'm like, oh, this needs to be everybody's hot weather bump. For real. So,
well,
Bonita Applebomb. Hey. My pleasure, and I still have 2 more cuts to play. Let me start from the top. What did you think of Poetryfest?
I am so happy that I spent that money and came to Myrtle Beach because honestly, it was an invaluable experience. Meeting you, obviously, meeting the love of your life, girl, and just really getting to, congregate with other artists. I always say, and I will always say, the poetry community is the first community that really, brought me in, took me under their wing. So I love congregating with you all, and I love hearing you, pour out your soul in front of everybody the way y'all do. So I thought Black Poetryfest was the bomb.
Okay. So I'm going to spoil myself right now. Unscripted.
Okay.
We were standing in the parking lot at the resort where we stayed. My first time at a resort, by the way. And in addition to Poet of My Heart, Joe the Verbal Mind Dancer, spitting piece after piece, this one does a cappella riffs. I believe she did a little Erykah Badu. I'm not curious for her. I will say this. When you can, I thought lobby life was everything. When we all took over the lobby of the Holiday Inn and we spit poetry right there in the lobby and people just had to walk around us. I thought that was amazing. This really topped that with the singing and the poetry in the parking lot right there as you drive up. Amazing. I'm going to ask you to, I would like to hear a piece from you, ma'am.
You know what? Since you brought up that occasion, and since that is when I met you, I think I'll do the same a cappella piece that I did that night, if that's okay with you.
Mike's yours. Yep.
Okay. Can you hear me? Is it good?
You sound great.
Okay. I'm a recovering undercover lover, recovering from a love I can't get over. Oh, I'm recovering undercover over lover. And now my come along lover thinks he wants another. And I lie for you, I cry for you, and pause for you, and break for you, and hate for you, and I'll hate you too if you want me to. I pray for you, crochet for you, make it from scratch for you, leave off the latch for you, go to the stove for you, do it some more for you, do what you want me to, yes, I'm a fool for you. That is all.
You, finger snaps, girl. Oh, my goodness. I'm going to continue to ask you questions, but I'm pulling in the first caller because, Stan Phillips, welcome to the show. Welcome to EPiphany Radio presents Poetry in the Raw. Yeah, as you know, I'm your host, Sylvia Blalock, and this is our feature, Bonita-applebomb. Do you have any questions for either of our features?
Yes, I have a question, definitely. Why wasn't she on the show sooner? Wow.
Thank you.
True words.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Anthony was fantastic. I am so glad he made the show. When did you hear this woman sing, and how long did it take you to get her here?
1 month. 1 month.
3 weeks.
It took me a month. See,
wow.
I try to move fast, and
did. You did.
I knew you guys would like her.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Oh, yeah. Great lyrics, too. I love it. I mean, she's got this really wonderful voice. But those lyrics, I'm loving those lyrics.
Thank you.
What is the name of the song?
The name of the piece I just performed is actually called Out My Mind Just in Time.
Well, that one's fantastic. That is fantastic. So tell me, Stan, did you bring a piece for us?
Of course. Of course.
Well, poet, the mic is yours.
Well, thank you. And let's see. Who do we want to go with on this? This was a piece I think I've already done, but I like it, so I'm going to do it again. It's called Old Boy. Seen more sunrises and sets than he'd care counting. Him and the river been together long as memories. When still knee-high to a gnat, ran lines, fishing for supper and coin. How it's done, Pa's and Grandpa's ways. How it's done. Hunted river woods, old enough to tote bow or gun, squirrel, coon, rabbit, or deer. Fill the pot, fill your belly. Smoked or made jerky. Pa and Grandpa have known winter hungers. How it's done. Now, fish raised on farms. People don't trust the river. How did that come to be? River been the way always. Tubing, jet skis, fast boats, ruin fishing, and spook game. Trash speckled banks and levees. The future a damn dump. How it's done now. Sunset finds him on old wooden pier. His memories flow through like a river. Pa and Grandpa be heartsick. But he still has lines in the water. He still hunts woods. Even as the past flows by on the currents of time, he holds fast to the ways. How it's done. In peace.
That was such a nostalgic and beautiful piece. True poetry.
Well, what it was a friend of mine. That's all he's done his whole life. You know, I originally was raised in Californian cities. And I've gotten to where I've been around a lot of these guys who their whole life, even making a living at one time, was hunting and fishing. That's what was done up here because the Tennessee River was right here at my back door. You know? And to hear them talk about what they used to do in the day as compared to what it is now, there is an entire lifestyle that is pretty much extinct now. That used to be very much an intricate part of the culture of this area. And I just sitting there looking at this one old man who was sitting there on this wooden pier. He had one line going one way and one fishing line on the other, had his foot on the rail while the sun was setting, just kind of watching the river and life go by. And that's what inspired it.
Beautiful. You're quite the storyteller. What I'm going to do is I'm going to thank you for your piece and put you back on the couch. And we are going to keep it going. And please continue to support the show. And if you get a chance, pick up a copy of Bonita-Applebomb CD, or her EP.
Yes. Yeah, that's some fantastic music. That really is.
Thank
Absolutely.
you so much.
Thank you again, Stan. Did you have anything to say to Stan? I'm so sorry, girl.
Oh, no, that was it. Thank you, Stan. I appreciate all the love and support. And I look forward to providing you with more content in the future.
Yay!
And I wish the best.
Okay.
This man. It should be.
Thanks again.
I'm sorry.
Music.
You know what? We're going to see to it that she is seen in more places because from the moment I heard her voice, I just couldn't wait to introduce her to people who had not yet had the benefit. And hearing her live, man, she does the damn thing.
Thank you for bringing her on the air here. Oh, yeah. Thank you for
no
bringing
problem.
her on the air here.
Okay, Stan, you enjoy the rest of the show. Thanks again. Everybody,
you're welcome.
That is poet extraordinaire Stan Phillips. Next up, I have 661. You're on the mic. Who do I have on the line? Hello? We are going to come back to this caller. And next on the mic, we have Serena Butterfly Brown. My sister, EPiphany loves you. Mwah.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hello. How y'all doing tonight?
We good, girl.
Wow. Okay, so I just sent you a friend request. Just know that, Miss Applebomb, that I got to download your music. Being from the South, you know I love it. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yes, I was truly digging it. truly
First of all, I heard Southern Country Girl, I was like, oh, that's dope.
Girl. That's what's up. Yes. You are truly talented, and just keep doing what you're doing, sis, because get yourself out there more and everything, and feel free to share on my page. But, truly talented. Enjoy that.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're very, very welcome. But I'm going to go ahead and do this piece and get on out your way. And
the mic is yours,
kind of
poet.
Old piece. Thank you. And Sylvia, I hope the title isn't too offensive. Okay. Pussy. Exotic. Velvety black. Butter pecan. Butterscotch. Caramel. Dark chocolate. An exquisite precious flower blooming like a lotus in the middle of the night. Awakens brighter than the sun at the rising of the morning's daylight. A sweet thing with moist wings, black onyx ring with a pearl setting sitting high in between, like a lit lighthouse in the middle of a pleasurable storm. Oh, what a treasure to be seen, surrounded by a sea of soft pink. That black pussy goes back further than the pyramids and the Sphinx, blessed to give birth to multiple nations. She takes a good pounding with some strong penile penetration. Do you think it's not a part of a man's motivation? That pussy's a bad mother. Shut your mouth. It will make you want to stand up and shout. That flesh is truly amazing. You can say what you want, but it has the ability to surely please and cause jaws to drop before and after shaving. It's a porthole of life. Intoxicating enough to place a man on bended knee to claim it and the host, therefore making the entire female body and her love as his wife. Sometimes she likes to be free and liberating. She has come a long way, baby, and loves to cry sweet tears of bliss when celebrating. Particular and a choice maker, she's a smooth mover as well as a ground shaker. She has the right to say no, and if you can't respect that, then it's best to get your things and just go. Anger her, and she will surely serve a quick eviction. To unappreciated penises, and there shall be no more welcome interests. Empowering, mesmerizing. You can believe that she is completely inspiring. Reminds you of the ocean's warm, rippled waves as it touches the Gulf. Clashing, splashing, and it's best that you hold steady because she knows how to give some good whiplashing. Yes, she is proven capable of doing the most. So go ahead and recap on this yoni theory that has been expounded. Pussy is most definitely a deep mystery and intellectually profounded. Be strong. Respect and protect the pussy. Receive your gift. Earn the right to break the seal. Her grip and her life struggle is real. butterfly, scorpion, and eat Epiphany.
Sis.
Yes. I'm here for it.
Look, how you just reading out the playbook? How that happen? How did that happen? Goodness. I thought we had a secret handshake on this. Jesus.
I done
what?
told off, baby.
Man. Well, you know you came and broke it. You know you did. And ooh. Bonita, what did you think of my sister, Serena?
Oh, I touch and agree. I definitely concur. I'm
all
here
right
for
now,
it, honey.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Look, fingers snapping. I love you to pieces. I thank you for coming through. I'm going to put you on the couch, and we are going to keep this going. Please enjoy the show, and thank you for coming through, sis.
I will. Thank you. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
Y'all know. Memphis Pie in the building. Memphis Pie in the building. Serena Butterfly Brown. Look, we are EPiphany Radio, and this is Poetry in the Raw. I am your host, Sylvia Blalock. We will be going into overtime in 17 minutes. The call-in number is 319-527-6300. If you are listening to the show online and you have not called in, you'll need to call in within the next 17 minutes, or you won't be able to call in and you will no longer hear the broadcast. We're going to keep it moving. And if you're already in queue and you like what you hear, press 1. Get on the mic. We're going to talk to you. Okay, next up, Van Poetic Meadows. Hello, sir.
Hey, my sister, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing just great. Enjoying the show.
Oh, did you have any questions for either of our features?
For Anthony Arnold, just want to let him know that I'm a fan of his work. He definitely raises the conscious mind. Every time I read one of his pieces, he takes me there. And Miss Bonita-Applebomb, oh my goodness. I've been seeing some of her pictures and just hearing her. It's like, sister, you're amazing. I love what you do.
Thank you so much. I definitely appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Did you have a piece for us? Oh, and let's not forget that you are actually the host of Inspiration Factory, also on EPiphany Radio. And let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. It's Friday nights. What time is that time slot?
It's been moved to 9 p.m. Friday night.
Okay. And Inspiration Factory is also 9 o'clock?
9 o'clock on Sundays, yes.
Okay. So those two shows, I'm loving the confessions on Let's Talk About It. That is just making me tell things that you really shouldn't know anything about. I don't know. But without further ado, the mic is yours, poet.
Thank you so much. After Butterfly spit that piece, I'm gonna do a piece called I just wanna taste your lips and grab your hips, caress and undress, each milestone as your monotone changes from lows to highs and sighs. I just wanna hear you breathe and receive every bit of explicit passion and obsession. The way your vibes create inscribes on the pages of my heart and just start making me crave that from once you have. Oh, I just wanna give me your oral stimulation and manifestations of extreme pleasure and feel your treasure. Your curves and my nerves grinding and winding. Baby, I just wanna know if you can go there and everywhere. Let your mind wander as I find each and every sensual spot is getting hot. Let me remove each article like just as we grew. Baby, I just wanna explode all in you and over you. My blood is boiling and growing. intensely insane, and I call your name. Like an addiction, I need satisfaction. Girl, I just wanna ease my desires and quench my fires. Grab you in my arms, chest to breast. No amount of energy can force us apart. Alert me with your rhythmic movements and timeless improvements. Baby, I just wanna feel your naked body against my body. Your softness leads to wetness. My hardness leads to penetration into tightness. Beholding your beauty as you feel me, I just wanna make you come harder and harder. Feel you squeeze me with ease. Scratch my back and say my name like that. Satisfy your crave for intense, pleasurable loving. And that's that piece.
Damn.
My Epiphany family, we just too hot for words. Van Meadows, what did you think of that, Bonita?
I think that I should have been worried about my little raunchy song, because I think y'all definitely bringing the heat tonight. It's getting nasty as nasty, child.
Summer is that way. That is what I'm finding. Van Meadows, okay. I've got to locate my fan again. 'Cause here we go with the needing a church fan at the desk. Hot piece, brother. Please make sure that you post your links to the shows and to what you have going on. And by all means, take the opportunity to pick up a copy of that EP from our featured guest, bonita-applebomb.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You enjoy the rest of the show. Everybody, Van Meadows. Okay, so we've got 11 minutes before we go into overtime. I have just a few more people with their hands up, and the show has another hour and 11 minutes available. So what I'm going to do is this. I am going to ask bonita-applebomb another question, since we have her here.
I'm ready. I think.
When you first started writing, my understanding is that you started writing for other artists. Did you already sing and you just preferred writing, or you didn't even do a whole lot of singing? I'm trying to understand the path there.
I have been singing forever, but when I first started really taking music seriously, I wasn't really making the right kind of music, but I can, and by the right kind of music, I mean for me to perform. But my writing was always what people were really impressed by. So the soul music is for me, but when I was writing alternative, rock, rap even, that was for other artists that were up and coming in Atlanta. So
I have really had the opportunity to listen to your songs. I'm going to play another one.
Okay.
While we identify these other callers. And the song that I have in mind is Hi. Hi. I'm just going to let you guys hear it for yourselves here on Poetry in the Raw.
I get I know that you're the worst for me, yet you live inside my fantasy. Even though you treat me wrong and I can't get you home at night, and there's so many others who would love to treat me right, I'm starting to feel something's wrong with me, 'cause I done stayed so long.
I could listen to that song just over and over. It's just that song right there. Now, my favorite song is Southern Country Girl. However, there's something about that vibe to that song it's like not even a head nod. That's a rock right there.
Thank
Ma'am.
you so much. Thank you.
Where'd you learn to sing?
Ooh, child. You know what? You know how people play the piano by ear? That's what I think of it for my vocal ability. Like, honestly, I learned how to sing in front of the radio. And, I mean, at the end of the day, I just had a God-given talent, thank God. And, it's just something that grew the older that I got and the more I studied different artists and started to reach back, I would say I kind of taught myself how to sing, honestly.
Well, you definitely are not alone in that. My memory is of putting my ear on the speaker and trying to get the note to vibrate so that they vibrated the same.
Yeah.
And I didn't know that was a
so
technique.
that you know you won't.
I was, exactly. And this is as a little kid. So, hey, for everybody that believes all of the good black singers learned in church, check your damn stereotypes, people. There.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, I definitely attended church, but that's just not where the music really happened for me. It really happened at home in front of the radio.
There you go. Look, I'm going to bring in another caller, and we are going to keep this show and the questions going. Next caller up, Rob Morrow. Thank you for calling Poetry in the Raw.
What's up?
What's up? This is our featured guest, bonita-applebomb.
Bonita-applebomb, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm beautiful and getting better.
Good. I'm happy to hear that.
Awesome. Did you have any questions for our feature?
Yes. I guess more like a comment and a question, but I think we met at Poetryfest. I remind you that you remind me of the Tribe Called Quest song.
Oh, yes. Do you wear glasses, and did you have a briefcase full of books?
Nope, but I know who that was.
Okay.
The guy with the drum.
The guy, the obnoxious guy with the drum.
Oh, my goodness. I would take the obnoxious part out, but now I definitely remember you.
Much love. But yeah, basically who are your influences? I probably missed most show because I've been conference calling, but who are your influences in terms of as singers right now, today, in this day?
Oh, right now, today?
Present day.
Okay, present day, I love Jasmine Sullivan. I definitely think that she is underrated because she is very vocally strong. I do love Adele. However, I feel like without the death of Amy Winehouse, we probably wouldn't even know Adele. So I really loved Amy. Right now today, I would say that's about it because they don't do a lot of real singing no more.
Yeah.
I can definitely concur with that.
Definitely seeing that.
Yeah.
Wow. I definitely see that.
Well, you're very talented. You're very talented, and like I said before, I'm really glad that I get a chance to catch you at Fest. I hope you get a chance to see you again. I hope you get a chance to come out to the West Coast.
I definitely hope I get a chance to come out to the West Coast soon. Miss Sylvia gonna help me make that happen. Ain't that right, Auntie?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Auntie's on it, honey.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, definitely. Make sure you come out to LA. You'll get the royal treatment. Definitely get the royal treatment. As a matter of fact, I'm going to put. Speaking to my big sis, I'm about to throw up in my mouth. I just love messing with Sylvia. I get on her nerves so much. But I'm inviting her and Joe to come out in February to do my personal my venue out in LA called Spellcast Open Mic Expressions. Mm-hmm. You and Joe will be the features.
Well, I will certainly discuss that with Joe and see how he feels about it. And thank you for that.
Y'all coming? Don't make me have to kidnap both you guys.
Do you see how that just turned, Rob? I said I would discuss it with my partner. See how that works, partnering.
Y'all coming anyway. I love you.
It's this kind of shit. This is why your ass doesn't get invited to the cookouts. This is why.
Which is the title of my next book?
Which we ain't even talking about that. Spit your beats,
okay.
Rob.
Anyway, love. Before she disconnects me, let me go get a piece out the way.
Lie.
Oh Lord, here we go. Whatever. But anyway, God, we all get silly and stuff. Anyway, consciously linked. Right to the point, we are builders. Architects of light with each kiss.
See, I could just make you start over right there because I'm an ass. See how I did that?
Well, yeah, you are, but anyway. Right to the point, we are builders. Architects of light with each kiss. You got me all silly. A shackle removed, a chain separates. Melanin ascends mighty precipice, linking heavens. Missions of tranquility rest upon stoops, taking selfies with peace signs, raised fists, and an RBG flag. Mingling manifestos of Kemetic scripts, ancient tablets tattooed on hidden parts. Flaws ratified, precious jewels discovered, our relationship now embarks. Rolling intuitions, depleted hostilities, severing heads of dragon and serpents burning crosses on our lawn. We get along because we don't go along with the descendants of captors. Our hearts captured with mutual purpose of nation building and sexual healing. Without permission, we climb mountains. Slaying foreign armies invading our kingdom, we share a vision. Mutual respect exchange, ego, self-hate engulfed in frames of Nubian love. Preaching awareness that our connection can be duplicated by opening the divine within ourselves. Self-knowing, self-loving, cultural pride, extremely sexy to the right kind of mind. Irrelevance in the physical, more aroused by her mental, where sapiosexual encounters heat the bedroom, raising spirits, and physical attraction becomes more enduring. Conscious mind linked to a beautiful journey. And so it is.
When did you write that, Rob?
I wrote this about a couple of years ago.
I really like the feel of it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I like the feel of it. What did you think of that, Bonita?
I love his nature. I feel like he always brings something deep to everything that he does. So I love it. I was here for it.
Yeah.
Respect. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Hey, please make sure that you put the links in the event page so that we can follow your show. And, of course, your live functions, because you got things jumping out there in L.A. Yes. Even though you said you was going to come to the Bay Area while stealing a title for your book.
I'm going to, but I am going. No, but I'm supposed. Yeah, I was supposed to come up there in 2 weeks, but I'm waiting until to the weekend of August. I don't know when, but yeah, a little money got me a little tied up and stuff. But real quickly, I will put the information on the event page. But next week, Wednesday Night Vibe, Beast King will be the feature.
Absolutely great choice. Absolutely great choice. You know I'll be there. Look, I'm going to go ahead and put you on the couch. Oh, Rob, my feature tomorrow is Jackie Thomas Rome. So get your drum ready.
Okay, will do. Definitely will.
Thank you.
All right,
everyone,
love y'all. Be safe.
That is Brother Rob Poetry Morrow. If you haven't heard him on the djembe, that brother is the business on the drum. We are going to keep it going. Next poet, Jacqueline Slavin. Hello, ma'am.
Hi, Miss Sylvia. How are you?
I am just full.
Hey, how are you?
Miss
Yes. You're full of what?
I am full of poetry and just really enjoying the energy here.
Right.
I didn't want to cut either of you off while you were talking. Look here. Have you enjoyed the show so far, Jacqueline?
Girl, I've had to get up and get a glass of water twice. So, yes. Yes.
Man, just so rich. I'm loving this. So, look, did you have any questions for our feature? I'm not going to talk up all the time.
Well, I you know what? From one country girl to another, Miss Sister Applebomb, I am loving that song. And you know what? It reminds me of Sir Charles. That song and Sir Charles, Country Boy, you should just, like they were meant to be. Two people, two songs joined together. A match made in heaven.
Thank you so much.
It.
I appreciate that. I just love the reception of that song. You know, I got to be honest. When I made that song, I always liked it, but I never knew that so many people would receive it. So I love to hear from you all, and thank you so much.
Well, me being from the South by way of, I'm in California now. And we're actually real close to Brother Anthony Arnold out here in Paris area, not in Paris, but around him. Yeah, so by way of the South in California, another world all by itself. But I did bring a piece, and I'm going to keep it real short and real simple, nothing too much, but it is something that I just kind of put together. And because I like it, I just want to read it. It's called
Absolutely, the mic is yours.
Okay, Hummingbirds and Bees. Hummingbirds and bees gently brush against colorful petals and waxen leaves in their efforts to satisfy the wanting of what is inside, to drink up the sweet nectar made for a wonderful day to flitter, stimulate stigmas, caresses stamens, sharing dusty particles of pollen. Budding stalks simply respond as blooms lift, stems twist, tiny petals spread open, stretch towards the sun, greets the morning mist, invites hummingbirds and bees to touch the tips of their dewy pistils softly like a kiss. End poem. Now that was short.
And beautiful.
Yes,
you know what? This is what I'm talking about. I'm never going to get this smile off my face. I loved it, Jacqueline. Do you have anything going on, lady?
Well, you know I'm real new at this, Miss Sylvia. No.
I do. I do.
So
I know
I just
that
enjoy being able to get on the shows and open mics and read what I write. So
then that's what you have going on. People can check you out at the different shows that you go to, and it's been a joy to see you just coming through. So by all means, keep it coming.
Well, definitely. I'm on EPiphany. Van Meadows' show, Nyla, Speakeasy, and your show. And
absolutely.
There's a few others, but I just read as I write. So, and I enjoy it.
You have a very elegant pen. Oh no, the pleasure is mine. You have a very elegant pen. So look, I'm going to put you back on the couch with my sincere gratitude for that great piece. And please enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, Jacqueline. Lady Jacqueline can be located in the event page. If you are still here, then you already know we're in overtime and have been for 9 minutes. If you hang up, you can't call back. So we're basically kidnapping you and keeping you here. I am showing. Oh, yeah. We got a couple more people with their hands up. Awesome. Bonita, how you doing?
I'm doing great over here. I think it's one in particular person that has their hand up.
I see that. Let's see what that's all about.
Okay.
And who do we have on the mic?
The artist formerly known as Written in Pain.
If you were formerly known as Written in Pain, what are you known as now?
Written in Pain.
So I didn't have to twist your arm all the way off. Welcome to my show.
I'm glad to be here. What's going on? What's going on, Bonita?
Not
how
much.
you doing?
Okay, so there's something crackling in your microphone.
All right.
Oh, it stopped.
Okay, we good. Yeah, we good.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
You know, your show always give me like the guy at the door. You never want to let me in. I just want to put that out there.
What? You know what? Now I'm going to have to put a special little note. Recognize that area code, because sometimes the Blog Talk lady is really a bitch. She's just not the nicest at all.
Yeah, you know, I think that's Laura Croft's mom. Anyway.
That's what I'm thinking. Did you have any questions for our features?
I did have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Is it time for me to ask it now, or do you got to set it up? Or I could just go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you how much do you think where you from had an influence on your art?
I think being from the South had a major influence on my art. You know, I try to think about what I know. So I think that a lot of female artists, especially singers, don't necessarily rep where they're from. It's more of like a rap, hip-hop type of thing. But for me, you know, where I'm from made me who I am. So, you know, there you go. It's all in the music.
That's dope. I just want to say that I think your EP is dope, and I keep it in rotation. I just want to put that out there.
Thank you very much.
For good reason.
Yeah, no doubt.
No doubt. Well, hey, Written in Pain, did you have a piece?
Yes, ma'am.
The mic is yours, poet.
All right. Do you need to set it up or just go? Need to set it up or just?
That was the setup.
Okay.
Here, let me try it again. The mic is yours, poet.
Okay. I want to talk to you. Let me pour warm words in your ear till they appear to have cascaded into your soul. Witness wandering words working recklessly to wander you like us. Place my world under you. You're wonderful. I want to talk to you. Allow what I speak to you to leak in you, causing oceans that flood you with emotion, saturating your subconscious unconsciously. Liquid words from my lips take sips and eclipse with me. Symphony like a 5-part harmony. Let me talk to you. With eloquent elegance, let me profess my intense intent to present tense. So the meticulation of my articulation seeps past the bones and activates your love Jones. Can I whisper in love tones or perfect prose? You make me speak in my sleep. Where we smother in covers, you're my dream lover. Let me talk to you. Whisper sweet somethings, try to talk my way into you. Share the same smell, handhold and mind meld. Let me permeate your thoughts, premeditate your thoughts, one word at a time. Praying my voice get your insides moist, moist enough to dive in, be submerged in my verbs, meaning actions, meaning reactions, and closed captions. Clothes. Can I talk you out of those? Or motivate a pose that will generate a response to my blatant innuendos. I'm talking to you. Soul searching through conversing, hoping when you'll hold on to the parts of me I'm dispersing. If not, then perhaps if I slide and get tongue-tied between your thighs, these lips and those lips can French kiss. I bet you listening now. Trying to translate till you can't concentrate, pressed against your inner ear, trying to reiterate that I really, really need to talk to you. So I'm urged to find merged words soft enough to hypnotize you, advance you into a trance, get caught in my mixture, blend with me. Run on sentences that never end with me, talk to me. Let's go word for word till the cadence is blurred, till all that's heard is just allow me to narrate the story of how I fell for you. I want to paint pictures with proverbs, crown you with wise words, my words, but in truth, I just really want to talk to you. Yeah, that was really pain.
Wow. Let me first say that was delicious. Dope piece.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to your feature, Reeton Payne, as you will be our featured guest on August 27th.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a tie to match my bandana. So, we're going to do it. I'm dressing up for you, Sylvia.
I will be sure to get my special hat for that. I absolutely am going to do it. And I will not do the fangirl screaming, fanning hands things this time. Well, I can't promise because if y'all can't see me, it didn't happen like I did in person, which was the great hug, though. I'm very excited about that, and I love the question, so thank you. What I'm going to do
thank you, and Bonita, keep doing your thing, and I'll holler at y'all.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Enjoy the rest of the show. Everyone.
Later.
That was written in pain. Well, goodness gracious. Next caller, the Kevin Smith. How are you, sir?
Oh, man. I'm fantastic. I knew I was going to come in after him, though, but it's all good. That was what's up, though. Written in pain. Oh, yeah. For sure.
Absolutely. So did you have any questions for our feature, bonita-applebomb?
I don't know if you asked because I came in toward the end. I don't know if you had asked this or she had already covered it. It was 5 year. Do you have plans or goals? Where do you see yourself in your art in the near future?
Ooh, a 5-year goal. That's a good question. I would like to live off my craft. I'm not necessarily saying, be a superstar. I would definitely love to be a superstar, but if I could live off my craft, I feel like I'd be winning. So that's the 5-year goal, if that's not too vague.
Oh, no, it's perfect. It's perfect. That's what everybody wants, that, though, to live off to make their art, be self-sustaining or what have you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
definitely.
But that's how you manifest more is to, have fun, do something that pays you, have fun with something that pays you at the same time. Don't know what I'm trying to say, but hopefully I got the point across.
Yes, thank you so much.
Did you have a piece, Kevin Smith?
Yeah, I was actually being this a first drive or something. It's not really finished though, but I'll do it.
Oh, for love of why do you preface with that every time? You know what, Bonita? Do not believe the innocent me setup. He's probably about to blow off a piece of wall or something in the studio.
No,
so that whole, it's something I just scribbled on a napkin. It may be okay.
Okay.
Whatever, Kevin.
Well,
the mic is yours, sir.
All right.
Okay.
He wasn't given much of a chance to live. The doctors tried to explain to his mother that even though he was born a little different than the rest of the babies on the ward, he was still special. But she, having her heart set on the kid born in the spitting image of his dad, couldn't resolve herself to the thought of custody after the diagnosis. So she didn't want anything to do with a baby born under difficult circumstances, grim prognosis, born with less than a 5% chance of survival, and against all odds, survive. He did, and not because his mother loved him, but because he's a miracle. Over the years of wrestling with responsibilities and entitlements, his parents calls it quits, mutually splitting assets through lawyer mediation. But as to the custody of their only son, they both agree cohesively. I don't want him. Under the care of foster moms, candy ladies that pinch their supplies from the high school cafeteria by volunteering overtime on delivery days, he withdraws from reality, nurtured as just another check. Neglected, he reflects on the concept of love or the lack of it, while his foster family, unsigned to the idea of splitting personal time with friends and bonding with him, props his wheelchair in front of the television with the wheels locked in. Tortured by reruns of Nick Jr., he's 17, but simple minds more feeble than their own perception of his are absent from doctor visits, so believe he's incapable of cognition, when in reality he's never spoken to them because his spirit's broken. Almost grown with no comprehension of what home life is supposed to be, he grows up walled up emotionally, outward perceived to be nothing more than what people see at first sight. So when hands get offered in friendship, he bites it regardless of your intentions. That's all that he knows. So I don't blame him for lashing out at those that want to get close, because inside of his paradigm, people come and they go. And only doves cry over fool's gold, but heed my Latin, though. Non look at there in no men in the medio, ex Africa vented out of quid novi, comparing the solutions, I'd more God, you that cheer on there. And that's that piece.
What in the. Latin or Italian?
Did
you just speak in Latin?
Form. Yeah, it's new form though. Yeah, but you got me.
What in the whole hell just happened? You know, see, Bonita, this is what I'm talking about.
That was my favorite part.
And it's just amazing. You, the things you write on the back of napkins, I tell you.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh, it's dope. It's dope. Kevin Smith, you know, I am just a growing fan of yours. And the more you do this, the more it's like, wait, you wrote that on a napkin? That napkin's going to be worth millions.
Well, I appreciate it. Actually, on Facebook, I'm yet to post it yet. So I got to just finish it up and then put it in there.
I'm learning from people like you and others that sometimes posting our work on Facebook is highly overrated. Overrated. But more on that later.
Yeah. Yeah, make sure you have your copyright messages and all that other stuff attached to it before you do it. That way you protect it, you feel me, the way you're supposed to be before you do it, before you post in there. You know, your confidentiality notices and your copyright, information. Make sure you have that. Period.
And thank you for that. And everybody, take notes. That's important shit right there. Oh, sorry for the cussing. I'm going to put you on the couch.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
And enjoy the rest of the show. Hey, no problem. Everybody, the Kevin Smith. I don't know why he's the Kevin Smith. How you doing, Bonita?
I'm doing great over here.
Okay, next call. So am I. Brother Paul Sampson, hello.
Hey, Sylvia, what's going on? And greetings to you, Miss Applebottom. Bonita, how are you?
Goodness, no, it's Apple Bomb. Wait.
Apple Bomb. Oh, excuse me. I got to tell you, I love what I've heard of your album. Music that Sylvia's been playing, oh my heaven, I got to get it.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And I
Paul,
can imagine
can I play another piece for you?
Sure.
Can I play another piece for you? It's a really short one, but everyone, we made mention of Adele a little earlier. Okay. I want y'all to hear this.
Go for it.
There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and sell me out and I'll let your shit bear. See how I leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I would do. There's a fire starting in my heart, reaching a fever pitch and it's bringing me out the dark. But I'm gonna miss you. Stars of your love remind me of us. They keep me thinking that we almost had it all. The stars of your love, they leave me breathless. I can't help feeling we could have had it all. Rolling in the deep, you have my heart and soul in your hands, but you played it to the beat.
Now I ask you.
It's good when someone does another person's song and does it better than the original.
Man.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Did she kick Adele to the curb? Look, now that's a cover. And that is a homage to the song. And when you do it and you kick the person out of bed, is it your fault?
Absolutely not.
I mean, Adele, we love you, girl.
Goodness.
But, you know, things happen, and that happened. You want to buy the EP. I can't stress it enough. Everyone, buy the EP. Paul, did you have a question for our feature?
I actually wanted to ask her if possible, if possible to decide, which do you prefer better, performing or writing?
Oh, that is a hard question. I prefer performing even more than writing because I like to see people's faces. I like to feel their emotions, and I like to see when I'm truly affecting people. So I would say performing is probably the best part of it.
Okay. I can empathize with that, definitely. Do you get nervous when you perform?
No, not anymore. I used to have very, very bad stage fright when I first started putting myself out there. It was horrible, seriously. But I always say that, and me and Sylvia had a very long talk yesterday, and I always say that I feel like a bad show is so necessary for any poet, dancer, singer, any type of art. A bad show is necessary because it honestly lets you know whether you really want to do this or not. Because if you have the balls to get up and do it again after that first experience, you must really love this. So,
Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. I like that. So there's hope for me yet because I still get nervous.
Yes. Because if you keep trying it and, you've had some rough experiences, that means that you really love it and it's worth perfecting and getting on out there. So I encourage that.
That's what's up. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Sylvia?
Do you have a piece for us, Paul?
Yeah, if you don't mind. I think I'm really not sure. All right, I'm going to do this one. It's called Ode to a Jump Off.
Okay. The mic is yours.
This piece is my way of putting the truth, as I see it, out there for all to see. my way of clarifying actions both done by me and what's been done to me. This is for all those who choose to be that side piece, that sexual toy with no claim, that depository, that smut, that jump off if it must be given a name. Men wear that title also, though too often it's not a place of shame, but it certainly should be. Sadly, the shame is saved for those queens who are used for sex and lies and left without any chance of security. I mean, ladies, you may claim you're not a lesbian, but what are you when you taste the residue of my main chick when you go down on me? What goes through your mind when you still perform that act knowing what you taste is surely more than just me, and then have the nerve to complete the act while feeling something akin to jealousy? How do you look in a mirror and lie to yourself that I care for you or that love is a possibility when you allow me to use you and abuse you and fill you with my second and third rate sperm because the fresh stuff was given to the one I have dubbed number one? You know you're here just for sexual release and for fun. You are a jump off, committed to and truly cared for by no one. You are just a receptacle for sperm and the recipient of the main chick's vaginal bacteria. Ew, that's nasty, but you don't value yourself enough to insist on being the one and only. You just accept whatever in an attempt to escape being lonely. How's that working for you? Stop believing the bull that he's going to leave her or that you mean as much as she. Truth be told, if he were an honorable man, he would have never engaged in sex or the relationship facade with thee. And how can you believe he won't do the same to you? What makes you believe that kind of person would or could ever engage in a love that's true? A leopard cannot change its spots, so what is being done to a main squeeze will eventually be done to you. Believe in yourself enough to value yourself enough to be the only one. If you allow yourself to be a jump-off, then a jump-off is all you will ever be. Designated to the bench, except when convenient, and the secret of your existence won't be exposed. Present invite to a family reunion or its guest at any public event is remote, if even possible at all, heaven knows. No, you will always be that second-class piece of asinine diversion from responsibility, just his or her momentary attempt to be free, just a sex toy, sperm depository, a place to bust and go. And from the lonely realm of a jump-off, believe me, your status will never grow. And to your children, if you have any, these are the seeds and morals that you sow. The falsehood that they or you are not worthy to be the one and only. And it's all your children will ever know. When you look in the mirror or when you contemplate on your existence on earth, don't you know that your purpose was designated from birth? And I will swear on my very own life, God never purposed you as a jump-off and not a wife. That was the enemy bamboozling you, aided perchance by a heartbreak from your past. And unless you deem yourself worth more, your position as a jump-off will forever last. Always the bridesmaid and never the bride, because you allow the taint of Satan to seep and fester inside. You must get such poisons, get it all out by any godly means. This is of paramount importance, believe me, my queen. A male may settle for a jump-off, a side John, a smut, or anything. But a real man desires and demands only a queen fit for a king. Never allow your past or present circumstances to deter you from who God created you to be. You are a queen worth loyalty, respect, and real love, and only you have the power to demand your due treatment as royalty. The choice is yours and yours alone, queen. Are you a jump-off, a side John, or a smut? Or are you a queen who wants the whole tree, refusing to settle for just a nut? That's that piece.
That was amazing.
Wow. That was a definite sharpening of your pen, I'd say. That was incredible. That was incredible, Paul.
Oh, thank you.
please make sure that the link to your book is in the event page. And, of course, you are the host of Inspiration Factory on Sundays.
Yes. It's the triple threat. Myself, Van Meadows, and Chantel Archbold.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Chantel. Hey, Van. Van came through a little earlier.
Yeah, I heard him. I was here. I've been here for a while, just sitting back here listening.
Thank you so much for supporting the show.
Oh, I have to do that. We family. We family. And I definitely appreciated your features. Was it Anthony Arnold that left? And you know the music I'm loving. So you got another piece of...
Anthony Arnold's still here.
Oh, is he?
He's
okay.
Still here.
All right.
He actually got back in queue. We're going to see if, because he wanted to comment on the featured guest, Bonita, he actually put his hand up. So I'm going to see if I can pull him in.
Cool.
I will say this. Again, thank you so much for that piece. And, I'm waiting to see you on Inspiration Factory, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I will see you there.
Okay, Paul. Well, thank you so much for calling into the show, and you enjoy the rest of the show.
I certainly will. God bless you.
Everyone, my Epiphany brother, God bless you too, Paul Sampson. Well, next up, CEO of Epiphany Radio, For Real the Poet, Larry.
Baby. Hey,
Larry Maddox.
What's up, sis?
What's
going on?
Baby.
How you doing?
Oh. For real, meet Bonita Applebomb, For Real the Poet.
Bonita. Hey, Bonita,
nice
how are you?
I'm
hey,
good.
Same here. Hey, I'm doing great, darling. I fell in love with you tonight, I'm telling you. The last two songs, I'm going to tell you about the next to the last one that was actually your song, right? Let me tell you something. I don't know none of the words to your song, but as you sang them, I knew everything you said. I heard everything you said. Oh, my. Beautiful, beautiful. I love your singing, darling.
Thank you so much.
I really do. Mercy. So my question to you, do I need to be segued into this, Sylvia?
No.
Okay, thank you. What's up, Written in Pain, by the way? Hey, no, my question is, as far as genres of music, what would be, because you was asked about your influences, as singers and things like that. But as far as genres, what is your choice of genres?
I actually classify my music as something called hood soul, and it's not a genre that's out there. But the reason why I do that is because I was influenced by so many different people, even on the hip hop side of things. Like I'm from Atlanta, so clearly I'm a huge Outkast fan. And also, just I would say that one of my earliest soul influences was Erykah Badu. And the reason why I love her so much is because she led me back to Billie Holiday. So I get compared to Erykah more than anybody, and because we both studied the vocal stylings of Billie Holiday. So those are my major.
Wow. Yeah, 'cause I heard some neo up in there, but soul describes it better, I guess, but when I was listening to a couple of your tracks, I was like, wow, she got one of those good, because I love neo soul. I'm loving it. I love anything soul, actually, but I was hearing your voice up in there, I loved it. So thank you.
Thank you.
For real, she and I were talking about genres, as a matter of fact. I honestly don't think there really is a genre for what she does. There is a modern juke joint. Modern juke joint modern day speakeasy style of singing that has all the stylings of the Harlem Renaissance with hip hop sensibilities, hip hop and R&B sensibilities, and that really is what I'm getting out of this. Bonita, we talked about this.
Yes, we did.
Oh my
and
goodness.
We talked about how, as a little girl, I loved Suge Avery from The Color Purple.
Yes.
So, when I think of myself in those type of, and I love small little clubs. I love juke joint types of places because that's my thing. When I think of myself, that's, I see the Roaring 20s. I see that Harlem Renaissance, and, that's how I think of myself.
Cool. I see you like that.
Hey,
the visual is like what I see. Yeah, I see that. Hey, well, beautiful.
Thank you.
Do you have a piece for a CEO?
No, I don't. I have a piece for Miss Bonita. How about that?
Okay.
That works even better.
No, I have to mess with my sis. She gets on my nerves, So anyway, yes.
Everyone says that, and yet you love me. You do.
Yeah, we do. So this is a shorter piece for me. I'm not going to get too radical or anything like that. This piece is simply called Kiss of Life. All right. We kiss life together, breathing for one another, as if living were a buffet and we were starving, accompanied by the light hum of enjoyment as we held each other spiritually, oblivious of anything physically. We were in the process of creation. Have you ever felt so in tuned on the same vibration with another human being? What are lips but that are doorways to bliss? Each passionate slow motion inhales inside of each other from a non-sexual orifice to attach to one lung, one heart, one pulsating beat, blood pressure flowing through both, water falling from head to feet, cascading spiritually, radiating in unison as we ravishly partake in this anointing. Mindfully aware of each sensation, never being in this part of the universe before. Lost within this galaxy of never before. Never before, need of more. Free from gravity, we levitate above the floor. Guided by the single candle's light in the night sky as our roadmap, love is procured. Her and I become we. Her and I become we as we kiss, as we kiss life together. We kiss life together. We kiss life together. We kiss life together. For real. In peace.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Ooh-wee. For real, the poet. I love that, and that has to be a track. You are going to be doing my tracks for me, and that one, I just hear it with, like, wind chimes and stuff behind it. I loved it. It just laid on so delicately.
Hey,
well, I don't have to ask you what you're up to because you're building empires over there. Nope, I don't. But I'm going to tell you anyway. I love what you're doing. Mwah.
Thank you, love. Thank you.
I love what you're doing.
Good meeting you,
Building big things for us all, and I appreciate you.
Hey, love you. Great show. I'm going to continue to listen in. Great meeting you, Miss Bonita.
Nice to meet you, too. Thank you so much.
Thank you, love. One love.
Everyone, the real, the poet. Next on the mic, Samuel Rain. We know him and love him as Complicated Passion. Hello, sir.
Good evening, ladies.
Hi.
Another person who met Miss Bonita at Poetryfest.
Yes, I did. And after
Bonita,
that first track was played on the show,
the gentleman with the glasses and the briefcase.
This is him.
Yes.
Hi.
Good
she
evening
misidentified someone else as you, and I'm like, nope, but I know who that is, and I think he might be off.
I remembered you.
Oh, thank you. And I remembered you, too, because when I played that first piece when I logged onto the show, I'm like, I know that song. That joint is jamming.
Oh, thank you.
That is jamming. So it was good to hear it, and then to hear it played like that, I thought that was a radio track. I'm like, so it is a radio track. I'll just say that. They should be playing it on the radio.
And we are.
In Atlanta. Oh yeah, that track was really dope. Now, I don't have questions, but I do have to share moments, and that moment is don't limit the amount of time it takes for you to achieve the greatness that you're going to achieve.
Okay.
So if you say 5 years, no, it's until you do it. Because 5 years may not be enough time for them to discover you, even though we have already. You know, and sometimes you have to wait on those other people to catch up to what you're doing. And if more people were to hear that track, that first one that was played today, and the ones that were played throughout the whole show that I've got a chance to hear, being interrupted with phone calls and stuff, that was. That first track is dope. I'm like, I would be calling the request line. Can you play that first track again before the show goes off?
Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, that first track was definitely dope. So, no limits to the possibilities, because possibilities, they're out there, and just people have to catch up to you. I'm still waiting for them to catch up with me. I set in motion years ago how I was going to take step by step to achieve the goals that I wanted to. And I've been achieving those goals, some faster than others. And this next step is just a few years out, but it may be tomorrow. Someone may discover something. I'm hoping that people are listening to this show, and when I come on and they hear me do some Dark Man Blues, when I get ready to do this show. So you never know. So that's why I say, don't limit that time. Let that time happen.
Well,
don't
thank
cut
you,
it off.
and I will definitely take that advice.
Oh yeah.
And thank you.
I'm enjoying the show.
You've been a real help and a great resource for things like the biz behind the art. I know that I've been able to utilize your advice and guidance. So thank you for taking the time to come on and give somebody some tips from someone that really has so many books and is doing the traveling and is really growing your brand with a lot of diligence and self-promotion and hard work. Thank you very much for that.
Thank you.
Did you bring a piece?
Yeah, a really short one. I'm working on a project that's called Mischievous, and of course this is going to be one of my submissions to a major publishing company. So I just finished this piece, and I'm going to try it on you ladies right now.
Well, the mic is yours, forward.
Okay. It's titled, I Never Knew. I imagined this moment, dreaming the taste of you from a kiss. I am edged by the thought so tempting, first impression, making love I never knew. I caught danger, wanting that next touch. Drowning your heartbeat had me thinking of my surrender. And of, yes, I am complicated passions.
That was short and sweet.
Yeah.
Ooh, hey. That was beautiful. Your books. I'm taking little bits and reading from some of everyone, but I'm enjoying what I'm reading of Dark Man Blues.
Thank you. Yeah. So
make sure you have the links in the event room,
I can't find the event room. I'm on everybody's page trying to find the event room. I'm on everybody's page.
I'll invite you to it now.
I'm even on Bonita-Applebomb. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of something else. Because I'm looking at your name right here because I went to your page, and I'm like, I know her. Yes.
Aww.
So
410 people were invited. I don't know how you're not in here. Here. I'm writing your name
why.
right now.
I'm going to tell you later.
Oh.
I'm going to tell you later, okay? Yeah, that.
Okay, I know. Oh, okay, I know why. Sorry.
Okay.
Oops. I'll fix that.
Okay. Little inside joke.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm going to put you on the couch and say thank you for being such a wonderful writer and a great resource. And you enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are going to call one caller that has not gone on the mic yet. Hello, caller. Who do we have on the line? Caller, you are on the line. I'll have to come back to you. Okay, 216. We will be coming back to you. All righty. Next caller with their hand up. Anthony Arnold, how did you enjoy the show?
Loved it. Loved it.
Well, we enjoyed having you.
Oh, yeah. I told you. Only thing you had to do was ask.
Well, thank you very much. Did you have any questions for our other feature, bonita-applebomb?
As one who sings on occasion, what was the first reaction you had when you sang in front of your first audience?
Well, I would say the first time I sang in front of an audience was on complete accident. So, we used to go to, like, you remember Best Buy back in the day. You walk through the store and play with all the gadgets. And I would run straight to the karaoke machine. And I was like 8 years old, and I was singing Who Can I Run To from Escape. And I didn't even realize that several people had surrounded me at that point, and I was just in there really singing my little 8-year-old heart out. So that was probably my first time really singing in public and realizing, people's reaction to it. But I also used to do a lot of talent shows, and, just one in particular stands out in my mind. It's like an 8th grade talent show, and it was me and another girl singing, and she was horrible. I'm sorry. It's the truth. Is she out there somewhere? So she opened up the song, and we were getting ready to song. It was horrible. And I just remember, and we were singing a gospel song. And I just remember kind of, stepping forth. And I don't know if it was the spirit that came over me or what. But when I tell you we had church in that school gymnasium that night, and I had adults crying. So that was probably one of my first major, in front of hundreds of people and really commanding the crowd like that.
That is, I love it. I love it. So listen, you two. The other caller looks like their call has dropped. I have one other caller, and we have 7 minutes of show left. Anthony, were you going to spit another piece?
I could, but if you wanted to get the other person on, by all means.
They've been on as well. I'm going to bring him on the mic as well, and that is Joe the Verbal Mind Dancer.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Babe.
Hey, Uncle Joe.
Hey, Bonita, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I've been, I've been listening the whole time, enjoying it the whole time. So, yeah, man. Awesome.
Well, now that I have all three of you on the line, Anthony, I would like to thank you so much for a wonderful feature. It was absolutely my pleasure to have you on. Bonita-Applebomb, we have made new friendship here because, yes, I'm about to be the little engine behind you, and we're going to do this. We are going to do this. I'm just so excited and so glad to have you on the show. I normally close with a song because I hate for Blog Talk to close while a person is talking.
Okay.
So while Anthony, I know that would mean that you probably will get cut off. Would you have a problem with that?
Nope.
The mic is yours.
Nope, not at all.
The mic is yours.
Okay, hold on. Okay, here we go. I watch you as you stroll by, the epitome of a queen, royalty, a melanin goddess. Put me in your mix. Let me be your king, the one to rub you down, the one to cherish you, the one to protect you. Put me in your mix. Let me worship your temple. Taste that which is you. To show you that you are loved. To show you that you are loved. Put me in your mix. That's that piece.
You are amazing. And thank you for that piece. I would like to thank you both. And we are going to close the show with my favorite doggone song, Bonita-Applebomb, Southern Country Girls. Everybody have a great night.
Good night.
Night.
Night, everybody. Night.
We be out here trying to eat it, rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. We be out here trying to eat it, rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. I like the fish, grits, hot sauce, baby, how you want it? Big rims on that old school gun. Hollering at me, boy, you ain't said nothing. Boys like you come a dime a dozen. Bonita from Decatur, baby, I ain't got a front. Hood and educated, boy, I'm everything you want. Just another red bone around the way. All you need to know is Southern girls don't play. Then we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. Say we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. You see them west side girls, they be known for snapping. Braided hair, babysitting, still be trapping. Better watch out when you on the south side, cause they bout that life and you know they gon' ride. The east side is where all the pretty girls stay. Go to school, go to work, get high every day. The north side girls just a little more quiet, but still from the A, so please don't try it. We be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. Say we be out here trying to eat it. Rolling through the city. We just some Southern country girls. We just some Southern country girls. I said, oh, I'm just trying to tell you where I'm from. And I promise if you ever come, you won't ever wanna go home.